Good morning, friends. It's good to see you this morning. I am in my kitchen, as you can see, and you will probably hear my pets, maybe see them walking around in the background. They're all begging for breakfast. But as you can see, it looks like I'm preparing to bake or cook something, right? And it looks like I have some gifts here. And so we're going to talk about these things because we're going to talk about the Bible today, and they have to do with the Bible passage we're going to talk about. So we've been talking at Threads in the month of September about the church and what it means to be the church. And so last week we talked about Peter and Jesus telling him that he was the rock that God was going to build his church on. And this week I want to talk about a Bible passage from the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 12, where Paul is talking to the brand new baby church about what it means to be the body of Christ. You hear our cat? He really wants to go outside. So that's something we hear a lot if we spend any time in the church. We hear about the body of Christ. And a lot of you might know that when we talk about that, we actually mean we, the people who make the church. We are Christ's body in the world. And that's kind of a funny thing to think about. And so the book of 1 Corinthians, from verse 12 all the way to verse 31, talks about this, and it might be a great thing to read, especially for you older kids to read later on today. But I'm just going to read one little section of it to you today. And it says, "For the body does not consist of one member, but of many. If the foot should say, 'Because I am not a hand, I do not belong to the body,' that would not make it any less a part of the body. And if the ear should say, 'Because I'm not an eye, I do not belong to the body,' well, that would not make it any less a part of the body. If the whole body were an eye, where would the sense of hearing be? If the whole body were an ear, where would the sense of smell be? But as it is, God arranged the members in the body, each one of them, as he chose. If all were a single member, where would the body be? As it is, there are many parts, yet one body." And it goes on to say that one part can't say to another part, "I don't need you," because even the parts that seem maybe kind of unimportant, you need them, like maybe your pinky finger doesn't seem very important, but for me, as someone who plays the piano, it would be a really big deal not to have that. So we need all the parts of the body, even those that maybe don't seem important. So here's where we come to my little baking project and these gifts here. Because in other parts of the body, I'm thinking, or other parts of the Bible, I'm thinking especially of the book of Romans. That's Paul writing again.
Woo, go Romans!
In Romans chapter 12. Paul is talking about the gifts that God gives us, and that he gives each of us who are different members of the body different gifts as ways to serve the church, as ways to serve the body of Christ. And so I'm going to open these gifts here a minute. So let's see here. I'll go with this one, this red one. I have in here a little cup full of flour. I'm going to put that in my bowl. Now, I want to make cinnamon rolls. But if I want to make cinnamon rolls, I'm not going to just put flour in the bowl and mix it up and put it in the oven. Have you ever tasted just plain flour before? Ugh, it's just boring. It's gross. There's nothing good about it. But if I add this gift of milk, and if I were to add this gift of sugar, and let's see what's in this one. It's actually a present I get to unwrap. If I were to add this gift of an egg, would need to crack it first, then I start getting closer to something that would be truly tasty and delicious and a gift, right? I know if I were to come to your house right now and bring you a cinnamon roll, you probably would feel like it was a gift. But we need all those different parts. So all by itself, this flour isn't very exciting. It's boring. But man, you can't make a cake or cinnamon rolls or all kinds of yummy baked goods you can't make without that. And so you might feel like you're just a kid. Maybe you're not a very important part of the church. But the truth is, the church would not be the body of Christ without you. And God has given you special gifts to serve his church, to be part of his body that the rest of the body needs. And so part of the job of the church is to help you kind of figure out what those gifts are, but also to help you remember, to remind you that we need you. You are a valuable part of the body. And maybe some other person who you don't like very much or don't think about very much, it's good to be reminded that every single person in the church is an important part of the body. So that's a good reminder for all of us this morning. And I hope that your day involves some gifts, whether that just be nice time with your family or enjoying the bright sunny skies, and hopefully some delicious things too. All right, have a good day. Bye.